Here it is!
From deep inside your radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may have noticed that I only have an hour a week to be with you here in this little radio thing. It's not nearly enough time for me to spend most of it talking about myself. Now, I'm not crazy. I spend plenty of time the rest of the week talking about myself, but I'm going to take a couple of moments here at the beginning of this program to discuss what's happened to this broadcast. The fact that you're hearing it right now means that whatever happened hasn't been particularly dire. But it is true, as you may have heard, that the Santa Monica radio station that has been the site of the Le Show Dome, and you can look up its call letters. It's on Stoogle. That's Google for stupid stuff. The station, I say, has seen fit as of last Sunday to inform me that on their air, and only on their air, last week was the last broadcast of this program, Homeless in the Home of the Homeless. Radio listeners in Los Angeles are tuning in today at the regular show time and are hearing something else, something way else. And they probably won't be told whether that's because of my or the station's choice. Both the short notice and the refusal to allow me to say goodbye are, sad to say, characteristics of business practice in commercial radio, which public radio is growing to resemble more and more every day. The program continues in the hope that the rest of the stations will stick with us while we find a new radio home in L.A. Just in case you're wondering, the show is not run as a business. No money changes hands between that erstwhile home station and me, or any other station and me. So this is not about that. The Santa Monica station's sole explanation was that the online audience is growing, and they want new voices on the broadcast side. I love my online audience, ladies and gentlemen, and I am no Luddite. About 70% of my own radio listening is done online. But broadcasting remains important to me, and perhaps to you. Many people, especially in L.A., listen to radio in their cars while driving. Yes, people do a lot of driving in L.A. Somebody should tell management. And while I've figured out a way to get online radio into my car's audio system, lots of other folks haven't. And it became evident when the New Orleans Daily newspaper last year became a thrice weekly, and it told people in search of more up-to-date news to check its website daily. Poorer people and older people are still much less likely to be online or adept at all the tricks of the online world. Drivers, the poor, and the elderly. Who wants that audience? Well, gee, I do. Additionally, despite the modish predictions that audio entertainment and information will all move online, rendering over-the-air broadcasting obsolete, consider this. Born from my experience in communities that have had exposure to respectively, earthquakes and hurricanes, or floods. When disaster strikes, the first things that go bluey are the electrical grid and the telephone system. In emergencies, your smartphone is dumb, your computer is dumber, and your battery-powered radio may be your best friend. So, yes, this is a podcast and an online stream and all of that, but it starts out proudly as a radio program. The former home station manager has shared this bit of wisdom with listeners who've called or written to complain, quote, "Change is hard," unquote. So is stale bread. Hello, welcome to the show.